It's 8 p.m. in Banjul. This is the QTV Nightly News, which is also on Q Radio 103.3 FM. And I am Jul Denjai. Thank you for joining us. Here are the main news headlines. President Adama Barrow has addressed the nation following a tragic incident in which a boat carrying irregular migrants capsized off the coast of Jinak in the North Bank region, resulting in fatalities. Here is the president's address.
Fellow Gambians, it is with deep concern and a heavy heart that I deliver this address on the tragic accident recorded off the coast of Jinak village in the North Bank region. This happened around midnight on 31st December 2025 when a boat reportedly carrying irregular migrants capsized. So far, 102 persons have been rescued, with a number of victims still under urgent medical care. Sadly, only 7 bodies have been recovered, but search and rescue operations are ongoing to locate those still unaccounted for. Meanwhile, our National Emergency Response Plan has been activated, and the government has deployed adequate resources to intensify efforts and provide immediate assistance to the survivors. On behalf of the government and the people of the Gambia, I extend my sincere condolences to the bereaved families and to all those affected by this heartbreaking tragedy. I reassure every parent, relative, and loved one anxiously waiting for additional news that you are not alone in this dilemma. The nation grieves with you, and we hold you dearly in our hearts at this painful moment. On behalf of the entire nation, I express profound gratitude to the gallant personnel of the Gambia Navy for their swift, courageous, and determined response. On receiving the distress alert, they acted promptly by putting their lives at risk to save the lives of others. We equally commend our delegated emergency response agencies and the personnel of the security services who supported the operations professionally and urgently. I also extend special appreciation to our health workers, doctors, nurses, paramedics, and staff at the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital for working tirelessly to treat the injured, provide comfort, and preserve life. Their compassion and sacrifice remind us of the best of humanity. We are similarly grateful to the community volunteers, including local fishermen, who came forward selflessly to assist in the rescue operations. The Gambia salutes you all. Fellow Gambians, this incident is a painful reminder of the dangerous and life-threatening nature of irregular migration. Surely, no dream, journey, or promise is worth a single loss of life at sea. The government, therefore, remains firmly committed to strengthening efforts to prevent irregular migration. More importantly, we remain strongly determined to create safer and more dignified opportunities for our young people through development initiatives, jobs, and other livelihood options at home. I urge all citizens to remain calm, supportive, and compassionate as our security and humanitarian agencies continue their critical search and rescue operations. We will provide updates on the identities, nationalities, and other verified details of the victims whenever we receive them. Furthermore, the government will launch a comprehensive investigation into this incident, and all individuals found wanting will be dealt with in accordance with the law. May the Almighty Allah grant mercy to those who have passed, healing to the injured, strength to the grieving families, and protection to all those involved in the rescue efforts. God bless us all.
That was President Adama Barrow's address to the nation following a tragic incident in Jinak. Now let's move on to the rest of our stories. Now, following the migrant boat incident, the Ministry of Defense issued a release confirming that a vessel carrying over 200 irregular migrants capsized in the North Bank region. Still on the headlines, Yona Group hosted its end-of-year staff retreat and award ceremony on Thursday, bringing together management and employees to reflect on the year's achievements and recognize staff for their dedication and outstanding contributions to the company. As the new year begins, we spoke to people at the Senegambia Strip, which is always packed on New Year's Eve, and at Kololi to hear their New Year's resolutions and what they are grateful for. In sports news, after an exciting group stage, the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations advancing to the knockout stages, starting with 16 teams still in the running, with some exciting matches to look forward to. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. Now, the Ministry of Defense has confirmed a tragic maritime disaster involving a boat allegedly transporting over 200 irregular migrants. The boat capsized off the coast of Jinak in the North Bank region, the Gambia. Aliou Cisse reports.
This was a scene at the Edward Francis Omo Teaching Hospital in Banjul on New Year's night, as vehicles from several security agencies, including the Gambia Immigration Department and ambulances, were seen at the facility, some reportedly transporting victims. The government of the Gambia said in a statement on Thursday that the boat capsized around midnight on December 31st, 2025, off the shores of Jinak village in the North Bank region. Following an alert, the Gambian naval patrol vessel GNS Jambar, which was already on routine fisheries protection duties, was immediately recalled and redirected to respond. The boat was found grounded on a sandbank, the Ministry of Defense said. At the time of issuing the statement, it said 96 people have been rescued, 39 are currently admitted at the Edward Francis Omo Teaching Hospital, and 57 others were said to be receiving treatment at the naval base in Banjul. 10 victims were in critical condition, 7 bodies were recovered, and several others were still unaccounted for. Authorities say some survivors are non-Gambians, and efforts to verify nationalities were underway. The government has been blamed for its failure to act despite alerts that there were many intending irregular migrants in the area. The government said it remains committed to combating irregular migration and preventing similar tragedies. Meanwhile, President Barrow expressed deep sorrow over the disaster. Speaking during an audience with a delegation from Brufut on New Year's Day, the president offered his prayers for the departed and wished the injured a swift recovery. Reflecting on his journey as a young migrant in Europe, President Barrow urged Gambian youth to look inward and embrace opportunities at home. However, many of these irregular migrants said the opportunities are minimal or non-existent. A separate incident around mid-December occurred when a boat carrying more than 190 people left Jinak and is now presumed to have sunk with no survivors, according to migration activists and community reports. The Jinak incident has reignited the call for more efforts to help address the menace which had and continues to claim the lives of many young people. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Now, Yona Group hosted its end-of-year staff retreat and awards ceremony on Thursday, bringing together management and employees to reflect on the year's achievements, strengthen teamwork, and recognize staff for their dedication and outstanding contributions to the company's growth and success. Let's have more details of that in this report. The event brought together employees from Yona's 6 subsidiaries: Yona Forex Bureau, Yona Islamic Microfinance, Yona Wallet, Yona Islamic Insurance, Yona Enterprise, and Yona Agribusiness for a glamorous night of celebration, reflection, and recognition of their outstanding dedication and achievements, which contributed to the company's success and its positive impact on communities. Saro Dabo, head of Human Resources, highlighted the significance of the retreat, while Yankuba Mambure, managing director of Yona Islamic Microfinance, emphasized a customer-first approach and encouraged enhanced teamwork across all subsidiaries.
Despite the challenges we faced, you, the staff, once again demonstrated resilience, professionalism, and unwavering commitment to excellence. Every milestone achieved and every success recorded this year is a direct result of your dedication, teamwork, and belief in the Yona vision.
Without the customer, we don't have a job. So as a result, we must endeavor to welcome them with smile, with dignity and respect. Accord them the respect that they deserve, because without them, we don't have a business.
Ibu Elbitey, managing director of Yona Islamic Insurance, said the company surpassed its targets after 2 years of operation due to the ownership and good policy guidelines from the board members and staff. Mohamed Manjang, chairman of Yona Group's board of directors, commended the more than 600 employees driving the company's growth and reflected on Yona Group's remarkable journey. Mr. Manjang announced that following last year's tradition, the group will sponsor 3 deserving employees, Yankuba Mambure, Ibu Bitey, and Fatu Cham, to undertake the pilgrimage to Makkah this year.
This is our commitment to you, that Yona Group sees you not just employees, but as valued members of our family, worthy of investment in both your worldly and spiritual success.
Jundo Fati, president of the Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, stated that from GCCI's perspective, companies like Yona are not merely corporate entities, but vital institutions driving national development. Momodu Baro, general manager of Yona, noted that the awards inspired employees to align with Yona's goals while advancing youth employment and community development.
So as we step into this year, let us move with confidence, unity, and renewed energy. Let us continue to support one another, embrace the innovation, and remain steadfast in our commitment to excellence.
Malik Jiba, head of IT, was honored with the Outstanding Staff of the Year award, receiving $50,000, a certificate, and an iPhone 16 Pro Max. Additional awards recognize employees for loyalty, discipline, best dress appearance, hard work, commitment, value, long service, and excellence among drivers, with winners receiving cash prizes ranging from $5,000 to $50,000, along with gifts including bags of rice. The end-of-year retreat and awards reinforce Yona Group's commitment to its employees, celebrating their dedication, fostering teamwork, and inspiring continued excellence while contributing to national development and community growth. Reporting for QTV News, I am Julden Yai. We will now go for a commercial break. When we return, we have more local and sports news stories for you. Do stay tuned.
Cellal moƴƴungal fuɗɗori ko woni e miranji men damugal kippungal fi ñaameteeji e demal ka aduna andira FAO kamɓe e damugal kippungal fi cellal e ɓamtare jama yuɓɓodiri addi ko wiyete Food Based Dietary Guidelines wallitagol jama on cellal maɓɓe no ɓeydori e cellal maɓɓe no tabitiri dandaɓe kadi ñabbeleji kala ka immorta e nder aduna ñaamugol ñaameteeji jeego ɓurɗi heewude e nder ñallal ngal no moƴƴi ɗum ɗo no wawi wonde miran booli hara ko maaro walla haaf mburu tapalappa tawin hen kade ñaameteeji immoroɗi wa farin walla bantara walla pompiter moƴƴin ñaameteeji immorɗi e pute haa ko nandi e mum fi wawama wallitade e maaro ko moƴƴinta kon ɓeydanama cellal e ñaamete ma on ñaamugol ko moƴƴi fuɗɗori e suɓugol ko on tigi on ñaamata kon ɗum ɗo hino tawa e yamirode immorde ka woni Food Based Dietary Guidelines wakkiloɗen tabintinen cellal e nder leydi Gambia e dartinagol ko honɗum ñaamata honno on ñaamete moƴƴinira haa ko nandi e mum.
The godfather of Afro Manding music, Jaliba Kuyate ay album Kutakutole Fintindi Holiye. Saturday, 10th of January 2026, Benjamin Hall, Paradise Suites Hotel, 9 p.m. VIP tickets $1,000, ordinary ticket $500. Father of the night, Suleiman Diouf Brusubi. Mother of the night, Musukeba Sane Trawale, Germany. Chief guest of honor, Momudu Turo Dabo. King of the night, Honorable Muhammad Kante Busumbala. Queen of the night, Nene Che Yasin Kebe. Auntie of the night, Binta Batabali Sabali Kombol Lamen. Owners of the night, Honorable Sidi SK Njai, Mayor Talib Ahmed Ben Suda, Make Kamara Salaji. Brothers of the night, Lamin Cham NPP, Kemo Sise GFF. Sisters of the night, Abiba Belgium, Fatu Kamara Petrugas, Maimuna Balde NPP. Princess of the night, Dr. Seina Bumbai Jaffa. Lady of the night, Nene Freda Gomez.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV News. Now to the rest of our stories. As the new year begins, many people take time to reflect on their lives, set new goals, and give thanks for making it into another year. To make the start of 2026, Yafatu Gay spoke to people at the Senegambia Strip, which is always packed on New Year's Eve, and at Kololi to hear their New Year's resolutions and what they are grateful for.
We spoke to members of the public about their New Year's resolutions and what they are grateful for looking back in 2025. Modu Seka, who told us his New Year's resolution with a sense of purpose.
I am grateful to have witnessed 2025 and I remain hopeful for a better 2026. I believe that the coming year will be a great one, filled with more opportunities and positive change.
For Fortune, the new year is first about gratitude. She shared how thankful she is for life, good health, and for the chance to witness 2026.
My joy is that I spent it here in this country, Gambia. My most joy last year is I've been able to travel because for a long time I've been dreaming to travel, but I make it last year, so I'm happy. And I'm also happy for my family that I did not hear bad news for the new year. We are all happy. And in Gambia also, everything went well. There was no crisis. I think that is a great thing.
At her fruit stand, surrounded by the sounds of daily trade, Mariama Jallo expressed heartfelt gratitude for making it into 2026. As a small business owner, she thanked God for sustaining her livelihood despite challenges. Looking ahead, she offered a humble prayer for a better 2026 filled with peace, good health, and improved opportunities.
I want to thank God for everything and for allowing me to witness this year. I pray for peace to continue in the country, and I am looking forward to my business improving this year. I am also calling on the government for support.
As 2026 begins, the New Year is an important time for people across the world, including here in the heart of the Gambia's tourism district. It marks a fresh start, offering chance to leave behind the challenges of the past and embrace new opportunities. It is also a time for reflection and gratitude as individuals look back on achievements, lessons learned, and blessings in their lives. Many use the occasion to set personal goals, pursue growth, and work towards positive change. Beyond individual aspirations, the new year brings hope for the future and strengthens communities and cultural bonds through shared celebrations. For many, it is a symbolic reminder that, no matter the difficulties of the past, a new beginning is always possible. Reporting for QTV News, this is Yafatu Gay.
Coming up next is sports news. After an exciting group stage, the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations advances to the knockout stages, starting with 16 teams still in the running, with some exciting matches to look forward to. Here is Ade Drame to tell us what to expect in the round of 16.
The dust has settled on the group stages of the competition, with no major shocks recorded, despite some tight matches and struggles by some of the big guns. Getting us underway on Saturday, the 3rd of January, will be Group D winners Senegal taking on Sudan, who came third in Group E, at 5 p.m. at the Tangier Grand Stadium in Tangier. Later that day at 8 p.m, Group A runners-up Mali take on Group C runners-up Tunisia at the Mohammed V Stadium in Casablanca. The following day, Sunday the 4th of January, the action continues from 5 p.m. at the Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium in Rabat, as hosts and Group A winners Morocco face Tanzania, who qualified in Group C as one of the best-placed third-placed teams. At 8 p.m. on that day, two former AFCON winners clash, as Group B runners-up South Africa meet Group F runners-up Cameroon at the Al Medina Stadium in Rabat. On Monday, the 5th of January, the action gets underway again at 5 p.m. at Adra Stadium in Agadir, with Group B winners Egypt taking on Benin, who finished third in Group D behind Senegal and DR Congo. At 8 p.m., Group C winners Nigeria, one of only two teams along with Algeria to win all of their three group games, take on Group F's third-place team Mozambique at the Fez Stadium in Fez. Tuesday, the 6th of January, sees the 5 p.m. clash at the Prince Moulay Hassan Stadium in Rabat of Group E winners Algeria and DR Congo, who finished second in Group D, level on points with group winners Senegal. The round of 16 action concludes at 8 p.m. in Marrakesh with an all-West African clash as defending champions Côte d'Ivoire take on neighbors Burkina Faso. The winners of these tiles will advance to the round of 8 as the battle intensifies to see who will emerge triumphant. Let battle commence. For QTV News, I am Ade Darami.
Also in sports, the 2025-2026 Junior League Football Final, organized by Qsports Committee, ended in dramatic fashion on Wednesday as Washington edged Flamingo 5-4 on post-match penalties after a goalless draw in regulation time. Aliou Cisse has the rest of the details.
And then finally is a goal! It is all over here at Cardiff Football Field.
The exciting final on Wednesday marked the conclusion of the grassroots football tournament aimed at promoting and developing young talent in the coastal settlement of Kartong. The well-attended final attracted senior dignitaries, including Deputy Speaker Sidi S.K. Njai and Musaba, personal assistant to the president. Washington lifted the giant trophy and walked away with a cash prize, while runners of Flamingo received a consolation prize. Ibrahima Mane of Washington received the most disciplined player prize, while Sekou Lee of the same team emerged as the leading goal scorer. The Qsports Committee praised Suleiman Toure, President Barrow's personal photographer and a native of the community, after whom the competition is named, for his continued support and commitment to giving back through youth sports development. The Kartong Junior League final celebrated local talent, community spirit, and youth sports development, leaving fans thrilled and inspiring young players to continue striving for excellence on and off the field. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Well, this is all we have for you in this edition of the News Bulletin, but before we go, here is a recap of the headlines. President Adama Barrow has addressed the nation following a tragic incident in which a boat carrying irregular migrants capsized off the coast of Jinak in the North Bank region, resulting in fatalities. Following the tragic boat incident, the Ministry of Defense issued a press release confirming that a vessel carrying over 200 irregular migrants capsized in the North Bank region. Yona Group hosted its end-of-year staff retreat and awards ceremony on Thursday, bringing together management and employees to reflect on the year's achievements and recognize staff for their dedication and outstanding contributions to the company. As the new year begins, we spoke to people at the Senegambia Strip, which is always packed on New Year's Eve, and at Kololi to hear their New Year's resolutions and what they are grateful for. In sports news, after an exciting group stage, the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations advances to the knockout stages, starting with 16 teams still in the running, with some exciting matches to look forward to. This is all we have for you in this edition of the News Bulletin. Join us again tomorrow at 8 p.m. for another News Bulletin. Thank you for watching.